Hey guys, it's Maybear, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my everyday makeup routine. I'm going to pin my hair to start with, obviously. No, it's going to be white. Alright, I like to start with my eyes, so I'm going to prime them first. This is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in Fair, which is the lightest one that they make because your girl is a pale ass bitch. And then I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. And then I'm gonna set it with some Airspun. I have the extra coverage one. And then I'm gonna take my Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush. I don't use it for foundation though, so put that on the lid. Find this works best for me because I have oily eyelids that are slightly hooded, so it does help with creasing and keep them from getting oily throughout the day. And then today I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to take this big fluffy brush that I got off of Amazon. If I can find a link to the set of brushes that this is from, I will link it down below. And I'm going to go in with the color Candy, this one. Tap off the excess. Just gonna run this through my crease. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this other blender blush. It's not as fat, but it's from the same kit on Amazon. And I'm gonna tap in to a little bit of Escape right there. Just a little bit. Tap off the excess. I'm just gonna run this a little bit lower in my crease. Don't wanna do anything drastic. Okay, once I place that, I'm going to go back in with that first brush and make sure that the two blend together really well. And then once that's blended and I like how it looks, I'm gonna go in with a like packer brush from that same set of brushes. This one I like to use for my shimmery shades. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Magical. It's a like gold color, but it's not like a true gold. It's a little bit lighter than that. Going with some of that. I just like to press this on the lid all over. And once I have that placed on, I like to take a makeup wipe and just clean up the excess underneath my eye, any fallout, clean up that outer edge. And then I'm going to prime my skin. Today I'm going to use the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer. It's one of my favorites. Take about that much on my finger, and then I'm just gonna press it into the skin really well. Really like to pack it in where I have more porous skin, so my cheeks, my upper lip, a little bit on my nose. Also helps to fill in some of the fine lines that you have, which is really nice. So, okay. And then for foundation, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 105 Fair Ivory, because again, I am pale. And then I'm just going to pour some of this out onto the top of my Real Techniques diamond shaped sponge. That, and then I like to put a little bit on every part of my face, and then go ahead and blend it in. Really like this one because it helps, because it's matte and poreless. It helps with my oils keep them at bay. It stays on a lot longer than a lot of the other foundations I've tried. And I also like that they have shown so many shades, because they go from like really pale, which is like what I am, because I am in the lightest shade, to really deep tones, which I like. Very inclusive, and for a drugstore foundation, it's really good. So drag it down my neck. We match over. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go on with some concealer. I'm gonna use the Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer in shade 1. It's pretty high coverage, so I don't like to like cake it on. I just do a couple dots in a triangular shape, both sides of my face. Put a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, just to even everything out. And I'm gonna go in and blend this out. Okay, and then once it's blended out, I'm gonna go set it with more Airspun. Airspun is one of my favorites, although it does flash back. So don't really use it when I know I'm doing flash photography. But on a daily basis, I do use this. I like how it sets. It really helps with creasing. I'm gonna also set everywhere that I put concealer. So my forehead, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow area, just a little bit, and my chin. But I also like to bake my smile lines with this. So this is a sponge that I got in one of my Ipsy bags. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I like to use it for baking. I find it's too hard to actually do too much else with, so I'm going to go ahead and bake my smile lines. It does help with foundation settling in to them, I find. I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes. While doing that, I'm going to set the rest of my face. This is a Real Techniques big powder brush, I think is the name of it. And then I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth powder in 110. Just gonna set everywhere else that I didn't put powder or the starting powder. I'm also going to take the powder down my neck. Everything really is evened out. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go back and finish with the eyes. I'm going to take this Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm not exactly sure what brush this is, it doesn't say, but it's like a little bit of a small smudger brush, and then I'm gonna dip back into candy, and I'm just gonna run that on my lower lash line, making sure to connect it the outer corner. It does look harsh at first, but I will go back and blend it some more. Really like this because it just gets really up close to the lower lash line. It looks so good. And then I'm gonna go back with that very first blender brush I went to, the big fluffy one from Amazon. And I'm just gonna blend that out. So it's not so harsh of a line. With no extra product on the brush, just whatever's there. Definitely, like if you look, you can see this one's definitely more airbrushed, and that's just a harsh line. Okay. Some days I will leave my eyeshadow as just this. I won't add any liner, but today I feel like doing some eyeliner, so I'm gonna take the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen in 01 Black, and I'm just gonna do a thin line, my lash line. Like that. I don't want anything too harsh. Personally, I don't like wings with my hooded eyes. Oh, okay. Mess that up. Just get rid of that, and then I'll go back over it with some more of the shimmery color. It's okay. We don't make mistakes, right? Alright. Almost like it never even happened. Okay. So I'm gonna try this again. Hopefully this time I don't pop my whole eyelid. Like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and line my waterline with the Ciate London Wonder Wand Gel Kohl liner in the shade 067, I believe. It's their black one. I really like this stuff because for some reason eyeliners don't like to stay on my waterline, and this one does. I actually got this out of an Ipsy, so. Really, you shouldn't pull down your eyelids because it causes wrinkles in the skin, but this is how we do it. Jeffree Star would yell at me, but you know, it's okay. And I really like how this one is so black too. Like, it's really nice and deep. And now I'm gonna go in with this Luxie 245 small shader brush. I actually use this to highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye. To do that today, I'm gonna use the Becca x Jaclyn Hill Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in Champagne Pop. This is one of my favorites. It's so pretty. It actually looks really dark in the pan. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but it does look really dark in the pan. But once you blend it out, it's so pretty on like paler skin tones. It's really nice. Yeah, I'm trying to just focus it right there on the inner part of my eye. It's nothing crazy. And then my brow bone. On a daily basis, I don't do my brows. That's just a personal preference. I am starting to get more into it, but I definitely need to get these brows done, that's for sure. That and because I'm a natural redhead, it is so hard to find brow products that actually match. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up the face. To do that, I'm gonna bronze with the Physcians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light Bronzer. This stuff smells so good. It's really pigmented, so you don't need much. But I like to take this big fluffy brush that I got out of from Amazon. It's the same as all of my eye brushes, and just tap into the bronzer once or twice. Tap it off a couple times because it is really pigmented. Then I like to start with dabbing motions, where I contour, dabbing motions, and then I'll go ahead and actually work the bronzer in. I do have to be careful because I am so pale. Some things do look really orange on me. Actually, I'm going to add just a little bit more of this. Go back into dabbing motions. Although it may not look like I'm adding something to my face, I am. Sorry, this lighting sucks, but it's what I got to work with. But as you can tell, there definitely is a difference between this side and this one. This one is definitely more cut. Because of the shade, it does actually help to contour my face too. Yeah. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. I want to try and keep it from getting too low. But if you do, if I do, I will just clean it up with some of my Airspun. It works like a dream. Really is like an eraser. Yep, okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my temples. I am just gonna pull my hair back a little bit more because I really want to focus this at the top of the forehead, this temple area. I do like to go a little bit lighter on my forehead because it can get a little bit muddy on me. So I do like to do a little bit of a lighter portion of it. And then, so once I've got that where I like it, I am actually just going to go over it with my powder brush just to make sure everything's really blended and seamless. That, and if there's any harsh lines, it does help blend that out. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with blush. Today I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the color Pore. I'm gonna go in with this like angled brush. I'm not sure what this brush is. It was actually a gift, and I know it wasn't a brand name. I'm just not sure exactly like what brand it was. So, but just gonna dab in there a couple times, tap off a little bit of the excess, and then I'm gonna smile and just run it over my cheeks like this. Personally, I don't like to go heavy on blush because I do blush naturally really well. Just want a little bit, just so I'm not so lifeless on both sides. Then I actually do like to do it on the tip of my nose too. I think it just helps bring back some color and warmth to the skin. So I'm just gonna add some on the tip of my nose once I'm done with my cheeks. There's that. Okay. And then I'm gonna go on highlighter. Today I think I'm gonna continue to go on with Champagne Pop. My favorite way to apply highlighter is with a damp beauty sponge. So, especially this diamond one because it does have these like flat areas. I feel that it helps the highlighter melt into the skin a little bit better than a brush does, because my skin like once I put all that matte stuff on, it's can be really dry and like cakey looking, and I feel like the highlighter just sits on my skin at times. So with a damp sponge, it really helps to make it look a lot better, and so it's not just sitting on my skin. Tip my nose, bring it down on the bridge a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Definitely tap that out. And then I'm going to take some on my Cupid's bow. Yep, and then I'm just going to dab a little bit of like what's left over on my sponge. Kind of above my eyebrows. So we kind of get like a natural like glow. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add mascara and curl my lashes. This is the just a Sally Hansen eyelash curler, and I like to get as close as possible without pinching myself. Hold them up for a little bit, and then kind of pulse a couple times, and then hold for a little bit more. I find that this really helps with my lashes. Really just curl them really well. Then I'm gonna go in with the Wonder Beauty Unlashed Fall and Curl Mascara in it's black. I don't know if there's a shade name, but it is black. I do really like this mascara because it really makes my eyelashes nice and long and fluffy. It's not too clumpy. It's like the perfect mascara. I'll show you. You can definitely tell the difference between when I put mascara on one eye and when I don't have it on the other. Between my lashes, like, it's a big difference. See? Like, that's a big difference. They're almost in my eyebrows. A lot of people are probably going to question me how I can do mascara with my left hand and like nothing else. I kind of learned it right when I first started makeup, that this was easier for me to do than using my right hand for both eyes. Because when I did that, I always bumped my nose with the mascara on. So there would always be like this big black dot somewhere on my nose that I would have to wait and let dry and hope and pray it came off and didn't stain. A lot of the times it did stain. You could tell that I had done something there. Quite annoying. So I learned how to do mascara for my left eye with my left hand. So then I always go back once I've done my left eye, use whatever's left on the brush to help my right eyelashes out, because they are a little bit shorter. I don't know why, but I find that this works well for me, at least. Okay, eyes are completely done. I'm actually just gonna brush through my eyebrows today so they don't look as wild and so much like caterpillars sitting on my face as they normally would. Yeah. That. Now, before I do lips, I'm gonna set my face. This is actually a primer makeup spray, but I find it's better to put on top of my makeup. This is the Giovi U.S.A. Photo Finish Primer Makeup Spray for, it says flawless skin with oil control. I don't like it as a setting spray, and I accidentally grabbed it instead of my setting spray one time, and it actually worked out pretty well as a setting spray, so. Does help keep the oils at bay. I'm gonna fan my face dry. Although it does keep you pretty matte, which I don't always like. So on days that I don't want to be completely matte, like today, I will set with this because it does help it last longer, and of course keeps my oils at bay for a lot longer. But then, to give me some like fresh looking skin, I love the Tarte Ready Set Radiant Skin Mist. I don't personally love the smell because it is really like natural smelling. Doesn't smell good to me, but I get past that because I love this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. Also going to fan my face one more time just to help that dry out. And then every once in a while it'll leave some drops in places. So then I will take my damp sponge, kind of just tap all over my face. Also helps to meld the powders together. Okay, so this is the face. I'm going to go ahead and add lipstick. Today I'm going to use this is like the e.l.f. like matte lipstick crayons. This is the color Praline. It's a darker nude, but I find it really pretty. Just gonna coat my lids in this. It is really dry, and I don't like that, so I do always put a lip gloss over it. Today for gloss, I'm going to use the Sephora Gel Gloss Ultra Brilliant Ultra Shine Lip Gel in, I don't even know what color this is. Oh, it's 04 Perfect Noon, and it really is the Perfect Noon gloss, so it's very fitting. Okay guys, this is the final look. Comment down below, let me know what you think, let me know what you'd like to see next. Do you want colors from this BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette? I would appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed if you're not already. But other than that, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.